guys wear masks. Get out of my face. What are you doing? Yeah, you in front of me. Get out.
I sued his campaign for sex discrimination and slander. Years ago, gave birth to the NDA fight where I voided every single one of his NDAs. I was a very early version of a political prisoner, tried to warn people screaming from the rooftops that this is who this man is.
Hey, it's Jordan. I am in Flint, Michigan, East Palestine, Ohio, Tumwa, Iowa. Please support the only independent outlet on the ground covering what the corporate media covers up.
Okay, so we are outside of a counter-protest to the Trump rally here today that's being sort of started by January 6th-ers, right? Capitol insurrectionists.
Essentially,
yeah. So, you know, you were with the 50-51 group, and you made a speech that was actually pretty good. You sued Donald Trump for sexual harassment, I believe?
I sued his campaign for sex discrimination and slander. Years ago, gave birth to the NDA fight where I voided every single one of his NDAs. I was a very early version of a political prisoner, tried to warn people screaming from the rooftops that this is who this man is.
I got that on video,
Bitches. Yeah, fuck you. you guys wear masks. Get out of my face. What are you doing? Yeah, you in front of me. Get out.
Right.
So talk about walk away. They branded their rally today walk away. Literally, people have some respect and walk away from this guy who's duping you, who wouldn't give you 2 cents to save your life, who doesn't give a shit about you. Walk away.
Why do you think that is? There's something about him that is, or his personality that is just kind of sucks people in, and it's almost cult-like.
What is that? It's idolatry. You know, it's
Okay.
really idolatry, and that's why, like, it's really unfortunate. You see, this is Beverly Hills, and you see a lot of, you know, there is obviously the white supremacy, the racism element, but it's cross-cultural. You cannot deny that it's cross-cultural, and the reason for that is because it's a cult of idolatry. It's like a popularity cult, and they are so brainwashed, so indoctrinated by Fox News and the like. As you know, as I know, this is why I was on the wrong side ever, is because I was so deeply brainwashed. I mean, I read the press release for this rally. It's literally talking about freedom of speech and like protecting our First Amendment rights. The gaslighting, the up and down is so insane. Yeah. And if you are an acolyte, if you are a viewer of Fox News, you are literally hypnotized, mesmerized, brainwashed by that propaganda 24/7.
Right.
And so these people are literally, I mean, they're out here rallying against their own interests. One day will come when the lives of somebody they love, when their own bank account, their business, their livelihood is sabotaged because of this man, and they're going to learn the hard way.
Indeed. So, you know, full disclosure, both Jordan and I at one time worked at Fox News.
Yeah.
So when I was fired, it was because they literally, my producer came out and said, we're going to start reporting the news from the right-wing perspective. And I just remember that morning going, that's propaganda. That's not news. Are you serious?
Yeah.
So very real, and it's gotten massively worse since then. They lie out of their teeth. They don't care about having any sort of commitment to veracity.
No.
And when you do watch that, it is like up is down.
Yes.
They find a way to frame stuff, and you're just like, what?
Yeah.
How is this real? So obviously people are mesmerized by that, and I don't know how you undo that harm, but it's a very real harm, and it's probably at the center, I believe, of why all of this happened.
100%. Like, all I can say is that I'm someone who, it was very unlikely to be in that camp. I mean, I'm someone who cares deeply about human rights, who cares probably more about animals and the environment than anything else. And yet, because of the freedom propaganda, the Christianity propaganda, they sucked me in. And I had those better angels, those intuitions, whatever you want to call it, the sixth sense, telling me back in the day when I would watch an asshole like Bill O'Reilly, like, this guy is just gross, you know? I'm sure there are people who are in that Fox News vortex who are having those angel voices saying, something's off here. Listen to them. For God's sakes, listen to them.
Right.
And, you know, for me, it was a very personal experience of persecution that forced me to take another look and wake up. But you don't have to go through it. We're out here. We're like, I know there's a lot of, like, you know, contention in these kind of protests. When I go out and speak to these people, I'm not condemning them outright. I'm telling them, like, have some self-respect. We are not actually against each other. It's just that you're in a really friggin' pathetic place right now. And we're trying to get you out of it so we can, as a country, save ourselves from this insanity.
Indeed. So what's next for you?
Oh my goodness. Well, I founded the 14th Now movement. I'm continuing every single day on my show Lights On to promote the necessary constitutional action to remove this man immediately. I don't know what the hell anybody in power in Congress is doing if they are not backing and promoting impeachment and removal or Section 3 amnesty or any constitutional means. Don't have the patience to listen to their diagnosis of the problem. Even the so-called stars of the Democratic Party, if they are not using the tools at their disposal to get this felon who commits multiple crimes on a daily basis out of office. It should have happened on day one.
Yeah, that's it. Like, how many crimes does he get to commit before somebody arrests him? I mean, he's clearly violating the Constitution all over the place. He's arresting judges. He's deporting U.S. citizens without due process. And you know, the people then over there, they're like holding their Gadsden flags. They don't even see the irony of that, right? Don't tread on, and they're like, but you guys are not standing up for the Constitution at all. You're doing the opposite.
Complete opposite. They're complete tools. They're completely being used and suckered, and you know, shame on them. They are going to learn the hard way. But yes, like you said, people died for this country. I mean, we are flawed for sure, but there is no replacing the United States of America. We are a very unique, precious experiment in democracy, and people have died for this for centuries. Are we going to let that go? These people in Congress have sworn an oath to the Constitution. People have gone into wars and given their life, and they tell you they're afraid of death threats. So when they have way more security than any one of us or a member of the general public has, it's damn well time for them to start honoring their oath, doing the hard but necessary work, and using every constitutional means to get Trump and the whole criminal cabal of this administration out now.
Indeed. Where can people find your show?
On YouTube. Lights On with Jessica Denson is on YouTube. You can also go to thejessicadenson.com, my website, and nowmarch.org, which is the 14th Down movement that I founded.
Voters. That's what Donald Trump His followers just screamed to grab women by their pussies and to rape them. And when I asked him if they choose rape them, he said, I'll do what I want. Those are the men that are standing over there and that assaulted me. Rapists. Victims are, hey, don't lose that. There's the facts. And now I'm handcuffed. Okay, wait. Because they choked me, shoved me into the street, and then when I took my stick out of my sign, they tried to kill me. And it's all on camera. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Allie what? Matt? How do you spell that?
Okay, Carlos, tell us a little bit about your organization.
So I founded American Opposition because I was angry about what the Democrats were failing to do. That was right around January 26th or 25th, and we registered it on the 27th. And we called for a national day of protest on February 5th. At the same time, what would become 50-51 made a similar call, and we eventually, those calls became unified, and that was the first national day of protest. Then we called for the National Day of Protest on President's Day, which they joined, and we've joined their calls since. And now it's kind of, as you know, a unified movement that involves us, 50-51, Indivisible, 14th Now, and a few other groups. And we serve as a hub. We basically do what we wish the Democrats were doing, providing leadership, making calls for protests, calling for boycotts, including the boycott of Tesla, and doing the kind of work that we think is needed to meet this moment. Because again, the Democrats are nowhere to be found. We're very frustrated with their lack of action. We're very frustrated with Chuck Schumer, for example, today, saying that they wrote a strong letter, asking strong questions of Donald Trump. We are well past letters. We are at a moment of inflection for this country, and if we don't stand up and do what's needed, we're going to lose America. And honestly, for us, the concern is that we lose her without a fight, that it becomes a fait accompli, and that we just allow this clown and this tyrant and this child to get his way because he's throwing a tantrum and we're too tired or too worried about ourselves to stand up and protect this special American experiment that belongs to all of us.
Indeed. I mean, so the last week we've seen him arrest judges, we've seen him deport 2-year-old American citizens born in this country, make another effort to bring overturning birthright citizenship to the Supreme Court. So there's a lot going on. Why do you think the Democratic Party is failing to, in the very least, file articles of impeachment?
I think the Democrats are beholden to a system. I don't think politicians can operate outside of the system that they understand. It's a system of patronage where they serve their donors and they serve the special interests that fund them. I mean, most Congress people spend most of their day raising money for the next election rather than serving their constituents. It's a foundational issue that in this moment becomes a limiting factor. right? Because their donors are also the donors for Republicans in many cases. People are giving, these corporations are giving to both sides. So how do you fight the people that are giving you money? And honestly, then it becomes our responsibility as the American people to step in and hold both sides to the fire and say, no, in this moment, in a moment of crisis, forget about your donors, forget about the next election. We need to fight for this country now, or we may not have another election. And so ultimately, we're in a moment of crisis, but they only operate within their parameters of what they understand. And this moment goes beyond those boundaries, and they genuinely don't know how to operate beyond the boundaries that they have set
for themselves
in Washington, D.C.
Gotcha, that makes sense. So we're on the outskirts of a Trump rally today that was sponsored by a Capitol insurrectionist, Brennan Strike, a walkaway, a very small group of them.
Right.
The counter-protesters that we saw down in West Hollywood was, I'd say, double or 3 times the size.
Right.
Now they're down here in Beverly Hills, they marched down here. What do you think they're trying to accomplish right now by doing this, right? Trump's in office, they won the election. He's doing everything that they want, I guess. I mean, they love fascism.
Right.
I mean, look at this giant flag behind you. It's insane.
Yeah, it's. I think that the flag represents. It actually represents their problem. It's an ego issue. They feel small, and so they want to be big. And we all know that. As human beings, we've all seen people who are broken, who are in need. And some people, when they're broken and they're in need, they pursue healthy, constructive things. They try to build their lives better, right? They try to improve. They go to school, or they try to get a new job, or they go to therapy, or they find constructive ways to get out of that feeling of smallness and irrelevance. And by the way, in this moment, it's easy to feel small and irrelevant. All of us can empathize with people feeling displaced because the situation is so severe.
Right.
The problem is that when you root your identity in your race, or when you root it in dominance over other people, then that becomes a vicious cycle of pursuing hate and pursuing stomping on people to make yourself feel better about yourself.
Right.
And honestly, that flag is a cry for help. It's a desperate thing. It's them trying to be relevant, and all of us. And by the way, a lot of the Trump demographic is less educated, and they have fewer opportunities. And we need to find a way to bring those people back. They are still here. They're citizens. And ultimately, we're going to need criminal accountability. We're going to need truth and reconciliation. And we're going to need to help them. But right now, we need to fight them, because we can't stand up. We can't stand for fascism or Nazism in the United States. This moment is about fighting this regime. It's about watering the dirt so that they get mired in mud. We've seen that over and over. We have stopped them. He's had to roll back his tariffs. He's had to stop some of the most egregious violations because they are susceptible to our pressure.
Yeah.
Protests work. History has shown that. Boycotts, we've cost Elon Musk $200 billion. And Donald Trump cares more about money than anything else. He sees it as his identity. And the fact that we've done that to Elon Musk shows him that he's vulnerable as well. And so we need to keep fighting. But eventually, these people need to be brought back, because right now they're living in a very unhealthy situation where they are desperate for meaning and purpose, and they are desperately lost, and they are sad and pathetic human beings and very small, and they're trying to represent size, literally in this case, but what they are is just fundamentally broken Americans. And at the end of the day, when it's all settled, we will need to find a way to give them a sense of hope and purpose that's about building better lives rather than bringing other people down to make themselves feel better about themselves.